Welcome to this chilly morning here at the Florida State Fire College. My name is Mark Harper. I'm privileged to serve as the Bureau Chief of the Bureau of Fire Standards and Training and Superintendent here at the Florida State Fire College. On behalf of the men and women serving here at the Florida State Fire College, welcome to the 2022 Fallen Firefighter Memorial. It is my honor to extend a warm welcome to the families, friends, firefighter brothers and sisters of the fallen heroes we pay tribute here today. I also want to acknowledge the city and county officials, as well as the members of Florida House of Representatives and Senators who have taken time to attend this memorial service today. Thank you for coming. The Florida Joint Fire Services Council and the staff of the Florida State Fire College are honored and humbled to host this annual event. Today we gather to remember Florida's 16 fallen heroes and to express our heartfelt gratitude to the families of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. This year, we pause on this hallowed ground to embrace the families of these fallen heroes whose names have been permanently etched in the granite behind me. By adding their names to the list of heroes, it is our sincerest desire to ensure the lives will live on forever, to impact the firefighters that are coming behind them for generations to come. They have given the ultimate sacrifice, but because of what we do here today, they will never be forgotten. Now please rise for our invocation by Chaplain Joe Lacagnata.
In Psalm 78, verse 35, the scripture says, "Then they remembered that God was their rock, that God was the Most High, their Redeemer." Why would it say they remembered unless they had previously forgotten? I'm sure there are plenty of reasons why we forget. Sometimes as a defense mechanism against issues that have been too painful that we wish to bury. Sometimes as a culture, we're simply trying to process too much information at one time. But unfortunately, I think forgetting is just part of our nature. We tend to move on in life, focusing on what's ahead rather than what's behind. And while for the most part that is a good thing, there are some things that we must not ever forget. We gather today to combat our tendency to forget. We come to this time to honor and remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Would you join me for a word of prayer? Father, how soon I forget. How quickly I go on with life onto things that appear bigger and better. But I don't want to live in the past. I don't want to be trapped by its victories or its defeats. But I don't want to forget the past. So help us to remember. Help us to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice, protecting us at home. Help us to remember those who continue to do these things today. And help us to remember that in all of this, you are faithful. They remembered that God was their rock, that God Most High was their Redeemer. Father, help us to remember how soon I tend to forget. I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Joanne Rice, and I'm the new director for the Division of State Fire Marshal. What a privilege it is to be here today. And what a glorious morning. I know it's a little cool. I see some pink blankets out there. Do what you got to do to keep warm. Well, usually don't need heaters out here. Usually it's about 80 degrees. So it's a nice reprieve, actually. First, I would like to thank Chief Harper and Rick Butcher, the chairman of the Joint Council, for making this memorial possible. Most importantly, I would like to acknowledge Mary Ann, Angie, John, Jeannie, Pam, Mike, and so many others here at the Fire College for what they do to make this a wonderful special event. Without their hard work and dedication, this memorial would not be possible, nor would it be truly the special event that it is. They are the boots on the ground who have put so much time and energy into ensuring every detail is handled, that the campus is in great shape and the memorial itself looks beautiful, all to pay tribute to you and your loved ones. To them, I say thank you. As you all know, this is a college campus, a place where we train old and new firefighters. We have about 4,000 students pass through our doors every year. Each day, students walk past this memorial and these hallowed grounds, and it serves as a sobering reminder of the risks of the profession and instills in them the sense of pride and duty to be safe. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the Fallen Firefighter Memorial, and there are 234 names etched into the granite behind me, forever memorialized. They're here for us who are left behind to remember and to never forget. Today, we are here to extend our sincere gratitude to the families who gave so much and to pay tribute to and honor the 16 firefighters who gave their lives in service to others. My heart breaks for each of the families and the fire departments that are here. And while there is little that I can say to ease your pain or help heal the hurt, we can stay strong in spirit and celebrate their lives and honor their memories. As I was talking with some families this morning, we talked about the families being the backbone. Truly, without our family support, we could not do what we do. We could not go to the fire station each day and answer those calls without the support of you, and I thank you for that. As firefighters, we continue to do our jobs to the best of our abilities, provide the highest level of customer service, but also stand united as a fire service and as extended family to ensure firefighter safety is a priority. Firefighting is an honorable and noble profession, and we as firefighters understand the inherent risks of our profession. We willingly take the firefighter oath, vowing to serve the citizens of our communities with courage, compassion, and integrity. But we do not have to accept the inherent risks blindly. In fact, it is our responsibility to do what we can to minimize the risk we face each day by being proactive and controlling the things we can in sometimes what seems to be an uncontrollable situation. As the director of the Division of State Fire Marshal, I am extremely proud of the Florida Fire Service and the efforts of so many individuals and organizations from across the state to not only bring awareness to the inherent dangers of the profession, but to also conduct research and find answers to make this carcinogenic profession safer. And I vow to continue to be the health and safety champion that Director Hallis has been. To the families and loved ones of our fallen firefighters, I recognize the great sacrifice you have made. You gave more than what should be expected of anyone. You gave us your loved ones. While we can never fully convey our sorrow or gratitude for these 16 brothers who gave their all, we will forever be in your debt, and we will never forget, and I thank you. I want to thank the CFO for all his continued support and service to the fire service, and I want to thank you for your confidence in me to lead this great organization. Thank you.
I am Rick Butcher. I'm chairman of the Joint Council. CFO Petronas, Deputy CFO Collins, Deputy CFO Cooper. Speaker Pro Tem Clemens, Representative McLean, Senator Wright, staff from Senator Perry, Senator Bradley, Representative Payne, Representative Masulo, families and friends. On behalf of the Joint Council of Fire and Emergency Services, thank you for being here to share this day as together we witness the recognition of our fallen brethren. Today we gather as one to acknowledge the ultimate sacrifices our fallen heroes have made. The fire service, as are all first responders, a family. As family, we are the support system for one another. We have each other's back. Thanks to the generous friends both within and around the fire service, we are able to provide a ceremony that gives proper dignity to our fallen. Chief David Woodside, Bitchler, and Longo, Allen from United Badges, Underwriters Laboratory, Lakeland Rotary Club, Lake City Fire Department, Polk County Fire Rescue, John Pascalone, Philip Oakes, Fred Jamisco, the Professional Firefighters of Naples, Jones and Bartlett, Seminole County Firefighters Benevolent Group, the Fire Inspectors Association of Broward County, Bill Alm, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue Honor Guard. And I'm sure there might be others, but I gotta tell you, if these people didn't step up within the last 2 weeks, we may not be here right now. So heartfelt thank you from Joint Council, and thank you to those folks that stepped out. To the families, they did it for you. They did it to honor your fallen and our fallen, because you are our families.
Everyone, please rise for posting the results.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, brave.
Order!
Hooray! Ready. Rest! Rest!
Florida's Fire Service is under the direction of Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Petronas. In this role, he also serves as a state fire marshal. CFO Petronas has proven to be the kind of leader that makes the vision clear and sets the stage for the team to succeed. Over the past few years, this state has experienced a variety of challenges. This past June was the one-year anniversary of the Surfside building collapse. Following the tragic Champlain Towers South condo collapse in Surfside, CFO and State Fire Marshal Jimmy Petronas made it his top priority to advocate for Florida's urban search and rescue teams for funding and resources to support Florida's 8 dedicated task forces. CFO Petronas continues to assist the Florida Fire Service with making sure our fire investigators have the same cancer benefits as firefighters. Only a few weeks ago, Florida residents impacted by Hurricane Ian, which will have long-term impacts to residents in and around Fort Myers, and even last week with the damage in Brevard, Flagler, and Volusia counties from Hurricane Nicole. CFO Petronas is working diligently to prevent fraud from public claims adjusters with our residents. It gives me great honor to introduce CFO and State Fire Marshal Jimmy Petronas.
Y'all please, let's give everybody here at the Fire College a round of applause for this incredible production today. Thank you. And Julius, first time I ever seen you out of suit on. You look good. You cleaned up nice. Thank you for your service. Joe, this is definitely a day that God has made, but he can have a sense of humor too at 40 degrees. So anyway, it's truly an honor to be able to join you all here today. And look, this is a celebration of life. This is, it'd be a wonderful day that in some year in the future we don't even have this ceremony. But God needs first responders too. This is going to be a very loaded down ceremony. A lot of sacrifices are made, a lot of lives that we're going to honor today. And it's so fitting. I told my team that came down from Tallahassee, some had not been to this service before. I said, wait till you see the honor God perform. You're going to understand why the uplifting sound of the pipes and the drums will make such a difference in everybody's emotions and feelings and understanding how much this profession truly is a family. For all those fire service personnel who traveled here from all over the state and outside of the state, thank you for being here. You're the ones that know this profession oh so well, that take the job and knowing that it has unknown risks. This isn't a job. It's truly a calling. As we know, you set aside time from your family, from your personal time that you could share to be able to take on this noble profession. As my time as a state fire marshal, I've learned there's no such thing as a routine call. As Mark has said, with Champlain Towers collapse, only the third building collapse of that nature in the history of the United States, third largest ever in the history of the United States, with devastating storms that we've seen. These are tragedies that have consequences, but again, no routine call. Every call is different, and unique challenges present, and we learn something from every single one of these unforeseen dangers as you bravely run into danger, as those flee the challenges that the dangers presented. And then we have the new dangers: cancer, PTSD, other diseases. In the last few years, there's a lot of dangers that we have seen, and we have adjusted, and we appreciate the leadership from our legislators as they have pivoted and made adjustments to Florida laws to make sure that this noble profession that always has our back 24/7, 365, that our legislature has their backs, and that we continue to lean forward with those type of solutions that protect our incredible first responders. Gentlemen, thank you for your service to the state. But all of you have long hours of commitment. You leave a permanent impact on the world around you that you serve. And you're the type of heroes that my sons look up to and admire. It's days like today that we would like to remember the sacrifice, and it's a chance for us to be reminded of your strength. It's no easy task to set aside your fears, to run into danger as those flee to safety. Life in the fire service is a family matter, and everyone here, if there's one thing you have learned, is everyone here is family. By joining that family, these men and women have dedicated their careers for service, for over self to others, so we can all live in a safe place. I've had this privilege to work alongside you here for the last 5 years, and today we're going to remind ourselves of how noble this profession is as we honor those firefighters that we lost too soon, those that we lost in the line of duty. We honor those who responded to a call, who courageously ran to the aid of others, and their contributions will never be forgotten, and their memories will live forever right here. As Joanne said, this is hallowed ground, and the men and women that train here that will carry that spirit moving forward will always be remembered, the sacrifices that come along with this profession. The names on this memorial are echo a costly reminder that selfless service does not come without sacrifice. I love that line because that just nails what we see here every day. Selfless service does not come without sacrifice. So those of you here, those family, those loved ones that have lost a loved one, there's nothing we can do to fill that hole in your heart, but we are here to honor and celebrate their life of service. Such a noble service. To the family and friends of the first responders, you've lost a family member too. We can't replace the pain that you have experienced inside the firehouse, but we know that you have shared joy and you've shared pain with those as we remember those that you loved also. Thank you for supporting them. To the firefighters who lost a brother and sister in service, there's no word that can replace their presence. We hope today that this shows in at least some small way that we honor their service and our gratitude to those men and women who went too soon. I'm humbled to join those in this memory as they gave their lives to save others, as we recognize these heroes today. I want to make sure God blesses every single one of you for your service to our incredible state. And now let's honor these extraordinary heroes.
Detail, attention! Detail, attention!
Christopher Allen from Hollywood Fire and Rescue died in the line of duty on June 6, 2022, having served 23 years in the fire service. Scott E. Allender from Melbourne Fire Department died in the line of duty on August 3rd, 2021, having served 22 years in the fire service. David R. Inken from the Florida Forest Service died in the line of duty on November 10th, 2019, having served 21 years in the fire service. Omar Bisher from the City of Naples Fire Rescue died in the line of duty on May 25th, 2017, having served 17 years in the fire service. Randall D. Burnham from Lake City Fire Department died in the line of duty on September 5th, 2021, having served 31 years in the fire service. Giovanni Chancio from Hillsborough County Fire Rescue, died in the line of duty on October 21st, 2021, having served 19 years in the fire service. Douglas Clemens from Polk County Fire Rescue, died in the line of duty on June 14th, 2022, having served 27 years in the fire service. Michael L. Freeland from Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department, died in the line of duty on November 11th, 2021, having served 7 years in the fire service. David H. Hackett from Hernando County Fire and Emergency Services, died in the line of duty on September 25th, 2021, having served 19 years in the fire service. James S. Hunt from Melbourne Fire Department, died in the line of duty on March 29, 2022, having served 32 years in the fire service. James N. Leonard from Coral Springs Parkland Fire Department, died in the line of duty on January 12, 2022, having served 15 years in the fire service. Mario J. Moya from Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department, died in the line of duty on August 17, 2021, having served 17 years in the fire service. George B. Newsom from Walton County Fire Rescue, died in the line of duty on May 25, 2022, having served 25 years in the fire service. Dennis Sams from Satellite Beach Fire Rescue died in the line of duty on January 2nd, 1977, having served 3 years in the fire service. Dustin C. Schreiber from Seminole County Fire Department died in the line of duty on February 2nd, 2020, having served 14 years in the fire service. Mitchell R. Weldon from Cocoa Fire Rescue died in the line of duty on September 16, 2021, having served 26 years in the fire service.
Detail. Attach. Good.
The fabric of the fire service was woven with ceremony, custom, and tradition. Our custom of rendering final honors today has its origins in the fire department of the city of New York, where many years ago, long before radios or pagers, fire alarms and daily announcements were dispatched from central headquarters to outlying firehouses by a system of bell commands and telegraph. Each different type of alarm or announcement would have its own number and series of bell strikes. When a firefighter died in the line of duty, headquarters would transmit 5 bell strikes, repeated in 4 series with a slight pause in between, followed by the announcement that a firefighter had perished. The custom has continued to the present day, and this form of rendering final honors to departed comrades is known in the fire service as striking the 4 5s. We will now ring an apparatus bell for code 5555, honoring firefighters who perished in Florida and across the country this past year. And importantly, for the Florida firefighters, we pause to remember here today.
Hooray!
He's a man like anyone and no one else. She comes home and puts her groceries on a shelf. They kiss the kids and go to work with an emblem on their shirt, the one that says that they're prepared to risk it all. There are husbands, sons, and brothers. There are sisters, wives, and mothers. They're the ones who aren't afraid to take the fall. When it comes down to the wire, they will walk right through a fire. 'Cause don't you know, they are heroes most of all. They won't ask for any thanks for what they do. They make the choice to risk their lives for me and you, to tame the beast back into hell, and if they're lucky, live to tell, to fight another day, another call. There are husbands, sons, and brothers. There are sisters, wives, and mothers. They're the ones who aren't afraid to take the fall. When it comes down to the wire, they will walk right through a fire. 'Cause don't you know, they are heroes most of all. To all the brave men and women, for all that they have given, we owe them a debt that we cannot repay. So here's to our husbands, sons, and brothers, to our sisters, wives, and mothers, to the ones who gave their lives on that final call. Let us bow our heads in prayer for those who paid more than their share. 'Cause don't you know, they were heroes most of all. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, you're our heroes most of all.
Drum major, on your command.
Florida Coal Firefighter Memorial, pipe to drum. Scotland Department, set. On the right, quick, march. On fire!
Please join me for a word of prayer. Father, as we prepare to leave this sacred gathering, I ask you to give the families of those who we have here remembered the gift of your continual presence. May they find comfort and peace in knowing that we are committed to remembering the sacrifice that their loved ones have made. I also ask your hand of protection on those who continue to serve others every day. Know that God will never let your foot slip. He who watches over you will never slumber. Indeed, he who watches over you will neither sleep nor slumber. The Lord watches over you. The Lord will be the shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. And now, firefighters, families, and friends, I pray that the Lord would bless you and keep you, that the Lord would make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you, that the Lord would turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen.
On behalf of CFO Jimmy Petronis, the Division of State Fire Marshal, the Florida Fire Services Joint Council, and the women and men of the Florida State Fire College, thank you for joining us today for the 2022 Fallen Firefighter Memorial. To the families of these fallen brothers and sisters in the fire service, we want to know that you are always welcome here. The staff of the Florida State Fire College look at this memorial every day, and your loved ones will be remembered. They will not be forgotten. We wish you well as you leave here today, and this concludes the memorial service. Thank you.